Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you through a quick 12-minute hip flexor stretch sesh. Now a lot of people have tight hip flexors for a myriad of reasons, including myself, and this can lead to issues elsewhere in the body, including back issues. So this is the perfect workout for anyone who just needs to stretch out their hip flexors. Maybe you've been sitting too long, they're just feeling tight. Maybe you had a hectic quad session yesterday and you just need to stretch them out. This is the perfect video for you. So all you will need is a flat surface and a clear view of your screen, and maybe take off your shoes and do this in your socks or barefoot. I often find it's easier to stretch without any shoes on. So if you are ready, let's get stretching. All right, if you are ready, we are going to start in a runner's lunge position. Starting in 3 seconds here. In a runner's lunge, you just have a 90 degrees on this bottom leg, 90 degrees on this top leg, really tucking that pelvis under you and keeping your hips square. If you squeeze this glute, you'll automatically feel that hip flexor light up here on the right leg. We'll be doing 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off here, just so I have enough time to switch you out into the next exercise and explain what we're doing. Okay, 2, 1, beautiful. All right, so from here, all we're gonna do is shift your hips forward and extend that back leg, all right? The most important thing here is to keep your hips square to the wall and to shift those hips, not that spine, all right? So when you are ready, 3, 2, 1, shift those hips forward. You automatically feel that hip flexor light up. Ooh. Take some nice deep breaths here. See if you can sink a bit lower with every single exhale. 5 more seconds. And come back out of it. All right, next up, all we are going to be doing, placing those hands around that front foot here. And what we're going to be doing is extending that knee, lifting it off the ground and bringing it back down. All right, let's go. You're going to extend that leg, really press the top of your foot down into the mat. So here we're mixing a little bit of dynamic movement in with some static movements. This exercise really helps strengthen and stretch that hip flexor. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, relax. Whew. All right, 20 seconds here. The next exercise, we are placing those hands in front of us, tucking that toe under into an extended lunge position. And when you are ready, in 3, 2, 1, we're going to sweep those hands up. Beautiful. Again, here, you want to make sure you're keeping those hips square. Really extending that leg as far as you can, almost like you're trying to push your ankle towards that back wall. You should feel not only your quads burning, but also your hip flexors really stretching out here. Beautiful. You have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, we're going to be switching sides onto the other side. Ooh. So when you're ready, 10 seconds, we're going to start off with that runner's lunge, this time focusing on that left hip flexor. Beautiful. Step that foot forward. Make sure you have 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Squeeze this glute. Feel that hip flexor light up. Awesome. Check with yourself that you are keeping your hips square. They are not open up. Beautiful. Last couple seconds. Whew. Relax. Awesome. You know the next exercise, all we're going to be doing is shifting that weight of those hips forward and extending that leg out. Beautiful. Okay, but we still got 5 seconds. We're all good. When you're ready, let's extend. Shift that weight forward. Whew. You might notice here, now that we're working on the other side, one side might feel tighter than the other. For me, I feel like my left side is a bit tighter. Beautiful, keep those hips square. Breathe nice and deep. Ooh, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, come out of it. All right, next up we're doing those extended lunge leg lifts. Needs to come up with a more succinct name. If you have any idea, pop them in the comments. Sometimes exercises are too hard to sum up with like one word, you know what I mean? All right, frame your foot with your hands. All you're gonna do is extend that leg up, lower it down, beautiful. Really press the top of that foot into the ground. Nice, use your breath here. Exhale, inhale down. Exhale, inhale down. Beautiful, bring it down and relax. Awesome, you know the drill here. The next exercise, we are curling those toes under and lifting it up, all right? You still have 10 seconds. Ooh. Alrighty. Frame that foot with your hands, curl those toes under, and extend. You should already, most likely you're feeling a stretch here already. All right, but if you want a deeper stretch, you're going to sweep those hands those hands over. I am quaking here. I don't often do yoga positions, but I should. Maybe then my hip flexors won't be as tight. And 3, 2, 1, relax. Awesome, how are you feeling? Those hip flexors should be nice and toasty by now. All right, what I want you to do is flip it over into a bridge position. When you are ready, you'll probably keep this close. So. All right, lift those hips up. You should already feel a little bit of a stretch here along your hip flexors. If you don't, try think about squeezing those shoulder blades together and reaching towards your ankles. That should extend your hips just a little bit further up. Breathe here. Second. 3, 2, 1, and relax. The one thing about using these phone timers is I kind of need to be on it the entire time. All right, next up, what I want you to do is bring your right leg to a 90 degree in front of you and your left leg to a 90 degree to the side. 90, 90. From here, place your hands behind you and we're lifting up those hips immediately. You should feel that good stretch here along your left hip flexor. You can hold it here. If you want to make it dynamic, you can lower those hips. We inhale and exhale, stretch it forward. Completely up to you which one you take here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome, switch those legs out. Now you have 90 degrees with that left leg in front of you. 90 degrees for that right leg coming out to the side. Place those hands behind you, almost like you're lounging on the beach, but we're not. We are stretching our hip flexors, right? So push those hips up. My hips just clicked. Yeah, my hip flexors are very tight. Beautiful. Breathe here. If you did the dynamic version on the other side, feel free to do it here. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Amazing. Next up, we're going into a seated half hero. All right, so what's gonna happen here is right leg comes under you, Left leg comes like so. Place those hands behind you again. And from here, we're gonna send those hips up and hold it. You should feel a really good stretch here along that right hip flexor. Open that chest, keep those hips high. Breathe. All right. And relax. Awesome. Switch out those legs. Left leg is coming under you. You're sitting nice and comfy. Right leg comes right in front of you. That heel should be planted almost in line with the knee of your left leg. Hands come behind you, and when you are ready, send those hips up. Open that chest. Send those hips higher. Beautiful and relaxed. Whew. How are those hip flexors feeling? Awesome. Not too long now. Come onto your belly for me. This is our last exercise. So this is a lying prone hip stretch. So here we're going to curl that foot up. Keep it here. You want to make it a little bit harder. Kick your foot into that hand and stretch up. Feel that hip ignite. It also works some of your spinal flexibility, so that's an added bonus. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I was shaking at the end there. Awesome. Flutter out your feet. And we're gonna go onto the other side. This is your last exercise. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl it up. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to grab this here. You need a little bit more of a challenge. Kick that foot into that hand so your torso lifts up just a bit. Feel a nice stretch here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and well done. Amazing. That was a quick 12-minute hip flexor stretch sesh. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope your hip flexors are feeling a little bit looser. If they're still feeling a little bit tight, you might need some extra TLC, so feel free to do this video again if you would want to. And if you want to see more stretching mobility sessions from me, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.